We got Emrod back here on the program who's stepping up on short notice to take on Ed Herman this Saturday at UFC Vegas 10. Mike, how's it going?
It's going good, man. Really good.
I bet. How did this come together? When did you find out this was even a possibility, you stepping in and fighting a guy in Ed Herman who's been on the UFC roster since 2006?
So I got the fight, when was it, last Wednesday, I want to say? Last Wednesday night. Tyson called me. Tyson's like, yo, because him and Mays both said to me, they're like, after I beat Marcin, they're like, listen, be ready, because there's going to be quick turnarounds. There's going to be fights available because of this whole COVID shit. So I'm like, yeah, I got you. So, I just staying ready. And in fact, I was actually sparring. I did some sparring with a couple of guys, helping other guys get ready for their fights. And then all of a sudden, he's like, remember when I told you to stay ready? You remember when I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we got to fight for you. I was like, all right, who is it? He was like, Ed Herman. I was like, what? For real? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, run it. Fuck that. Let's go. Sorry, my bad. But I was like, yeah, run it, man. Run it. Yeah, for sure. So then he got the contract. He sent it. Coaches everybody agreed. Everybody's like, yeah, let's run it. I did a little strength conditioning that Thursday, that Friday, just to see where the lungs is at and everything. I crushed it. I felt good, felt great. And then we're like, yeah, man, let's go for it. Sign a contract, and here we are.
I was going to say, coming off a lot of momentum on that last one over Marcin, how did that feel, getting that quick finish in that fight?
Oh, man, that was great. So it was funny because that's exactly what the game plan was, to get the clinch and stop him. Because we didn't want to waste so much time being on the outside because of his karate background. We didn't want to deal with the darting in, darting out, and everything like that. So we're like, all right, let's get in, smell their fire, and let's put them out. Let's see which ways to do that. And so, I just waited. I just read them a little bit. Then I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I went for it. And that's how we got that victory.
Yeah. And super impressive. And then, you get to fight Ed Herman now. You must have been pretty familiar with him anyways, even before taking this fight, just, being a fan of the sport.
So, all right, have a seat because we're about to make you feel old. So when he fought for his contract against Kendall Grove, I was a sophomore in high school, and I watched that fight with one of my best friends because me and my best friend, Harley, we both watched that season, and we're like, oh, and I was a Kendall Grove fan, and he was an Ed Herman fan. And he was like, nah, Ed Herman's going to be the truth. Watch, he's going to be a champ. I'm like, nah. I'm like, Kendall Grove's about to whoop him out. Sure enough, we watched the fight, and we're like, oh, snap. Fast forward today, now I'm fighting him. And the first person I called was my buddy Harley. I was like, guess who I'm fighting? He was like, who? I was like, your boy, Ed Herman. He was like, what? He was like, well, he ain't my boy anymore if you're going to be beating him up. So, yeah, but it's pretty good. It's pretty cool, though.
How much do you think it plays into this fight that he's had so many canceled fights, like his last one with, Mershart with the COVID-19 test? And I think even for this fight, because I spoke to him, he said he went through like 4 different opponents. So I think you're number 5. How does that feel? Like, do you think that will play an impact on him in this fight, just having to go through so much stuff, whereas you're just coming fresh off a nice TKO win?
I don't think it would play. He's a veteran. He's been around for years. So I think he's just like, it's whatever. Just another body to fight. I don't think any of that get into it. If he was like a newer guy, maybe that probably would have got into his head. But nah, he's been around. So nah, I don't think so.
How much time did you take off from your last fight?
I took the week off. I took that week off, and then because I went camping with the family, and then I got right back to the gym that Monday. Started training again. Nothing too crazy, but it was just like light stuff. I did a little mid session, did a little bit of grappling, and then I did some sparring on that Wednesday. Then I got the fight, and that was it.
Okay, so kind of like not really an ideal camp, but you had a long camp going into your last fight too, right? So you're kind of just building.
Yeah, and I was still in shape. I still am in shape, So it was good.
Good for you, man. That's great. And then the weight, I got to ask about that because I remember last time we spoke, you were pretty heavy, and then you managed to get down to the weight. You didn't balloon up at all in between the last fight and this one.
No. So like I was already like light, and I typically don't really eat bad. Like I'll pick. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat a pizza to the neck, but a whole pizza to the neck. But like I didn't really go too crazy because they told me after I beat Marcin, literally when because we had a group chat going. As soon as Joe and Mays got to the airport, they texted me right away. They was like, "Be cool with your weight. get back into gears because you will have a quick turnaround. So I just listened to what they told me to do. So I didn't really balloon up or anything.
Okay. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Steve Mays, my box coach Steve Mays, the legend himself, Joe Lozon, and my Muay Thai guy, Jake Manini.
How's this fight playing out? And the reason I ask that is because, I mean, Herman's a tough guy to finish. If you look at like those last, I think, loss was to Krylov by stoppage, and generally either like loses a decision or in his case of his last 2 fights, he's actually coming off 2 wins. So how do you envision the fight playing out?
I think, honestly, I'm not going to blow him out of the water in the first round. I don't see that happening. I think, honestly, if I do get a finish, it'll be like mid or late to the second. But if not, standard is going to go to decision, like you said. He's just so durable. He's so durable. And with who's that last dude he beat up? The last dude he just beat by decision.
Ibriev or whatever.
Yeah, I can't say his name either.
I can't either.
But he gassed himself out trying to put him away. And that was like something I learned real quick. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I just got to play the game and expect to be in a marathon and not a sprint.
And I take it you're still back at home right now, or when are you heading to Vegas?
Actually, a couple of hours we fly out.
Oh, wow. So I got you right before the flight. Well, that's good. So,
yeah.
If all goes well in this fight, even if it doesn't, I imagine you want to get one more in this year, or are you looking to just take the rest of the year off after this one? Because this is short notice, but I know you want to keep active.
Yeah, I want to get another one in. If I can, like, say if, knock on wood, everything's all good, happens after this fight, I probably would want to take another fight with a full camp, with an actual camp, and probably fight one of them guys with a number on their name. I think it's about time, right? It should be about time.
Especially a win here, yeah. Especially over a guy in Herman who's a name, right? You probably agree this is the biggest name you fought in your career, I would think.
Oh, 1,000,000%. And he's on a 2-fight win streak. Like there's a lot of. I didn't even really think about all those things about it. I just thinking about the process and performing. I didn't really think of all that other stuff too. You just mentioned that, but yeah, it's going to be, it will be the biggest win I have in my career. Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. It's coming up here this Saturday. It is UFC Vegas 10. Emrod, appreciate the time. I know you got a flight to catch here
Anytime,
soon.
dude. Anytime.
Always a pleasure. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Anybody can find me at Emrod MMA on Instagram or Twitter. And you can, I want to shout out to my sponsors, Kill Cliff. They always look out for me. I love those guys. Modest Needs Foundation, love you guys as well. And Collectors Cup and the Rainbow Six community, because they always have my support. That's my fan base and my family right there. So, yeah.